Hare Krishna. Nams.
Hare Krishna.
सुस्वागतम सर्वेषां भक्तानां आप सभी. So most welcome, and so we are studying from Shri Harinama Amrit Vyakaranam. So we did the Krishna Shabda, and so which is Aramanta Shabda, a word ending with Vamana A. So next, Jiva Goswami brings in the declension of one more Krishna Shabda or Aramanta Shabda, that's the Rama Shabda. So it's same like Krishna, just one difference. That's um, yeah, just Sutra 111. So that's Ra Sha Ridvebhyo Nasyanah Sarveshwara Hayava Kavarga Pavarga Vyabdhane Pi Samana Vishnupade Nata Vishnupadanta. So when we do 3.1 Rama and Ta, right, like in Krishna. So um, we had a sutra Krishna Ta Ina. After the Krishna Shabda, which is the Vamana or after the Krishna Shabda, the Ta gets replaced with Ina. So here this Ta is replaced with Ina and we get Advaimidvaye and we get Ramena. So here we apply the Sutra 111, which says the Na Rama that comes after Ra, Sha or Ritvaya and is situated in the same Vishnupada becomes Na. Okay. So this sutra simply says, so 108th sutra, 108, that sutra is also called Shatva Vidhi. When Sa Rama is converted into Sha Rama, like we did in Krishna Shu, Sha. And this sutra is called Natva Vidhi, when we turn the dental Na into the cerebral, the Murdhanya Na, right? So this sutra says Ra Sha Ridvya. If we have Ra Rama or Sha Rama or the Ritvaya followed by Na, so that Na becomes Na. Now, this sutra further says this is so even when a Sarveshwara, Ha, Ya, Va, Ka Varga or Pa Varga intervenes. So, so even if we have these interventions in between Na Rama and Rasha Ridvya, then also Na will turn into Na. So what are those interventions? So either Sarveshwara, Ha, Ya, Va, Ka Varga or Pa Varga. Yeah, so even if we have all these interventions in between either of them, then also Na will turn into Na. And Samana Vishnupade, that Na should be in the same Vishnupada, not in another Vishnupada, and it should not be situated at the end. It should be in the middle somewhere. So if we see here, Ramena, we have Ra Rama from here, from the Purva Nimittas. So Ra Rama is there. And here we have the Na Rama, right? And in between we have these three interventions, A, Ma and A. So A and A, they are Sarveshwaras, so they are accepted, right, as interventions. And the Ma Rama belongs to Pa Varga, Pa Pa Ba Ba Ma. So that's also accepted. So thus we turn this, and this Na is not situated in, this is situated in a Vishnupada, but not at the end. So this Na will turn into Ramen, Na Rama. An example of, okay, one second. An example of when this Na Rama is situated at the end is 2.3 of Rama. So that would be Raman. 2.3 like Krishna, so we'll get Raman. So here we can't apply this sutra 111. Why? Because although all the prerequisites are being fulfilled, but this na Rama is situated at the end. So we won't turn it into na. It will remain the dental noun. So that's the only difference. So this process of turning na into na is called the Anatto Vedi. Yeah, that's all. Okay, the next sutra says Shasadayo Yadu Sangya. The Vishnu Bhaktis beginning with Shas are called Yadus. This is also one more Sangya Sutra. A new Sangya is introduced. So from Shas onwards, so from 2.3 onwards, all the Pratyayas are called Yadus. Uh, Yadus. All these. So basically remaining the first five apart from them. The next sutra says अत्र पाद दंत मास यूष इत्येतेषां पद दत् मास यूषण इत्येते विरिञ्चयो यदुषु va. In this connection, the words pad, dant, mas, and yusha can optionally be replaced by dat, pad, dat, mas, and yushan when a yadu follows. So now all these four words, pad, dant, mas, and yusha, pad means foot, danta means tooth, mas means month, and yusha is soup in Sanskrit, is yusha. So all these words are also Krishna Shabdas, right? Aramant Shabdas. So now their declension will be done similar to the Krishna Shabda, like Krishna, 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 similarly Pada, 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 and so on. But when Yadus follow, Shasada Yadu Sangya, optionally these four words will be replaced with Pad, Dat, Mas, and Yushan in Prakriti, and then we add Pratyay. So optionally we'll have one more forms for each of the Yadus. So one time all these four words will be declined like Krishna Shabda completely, and from 2.3 onwards, um, we'll have an additional form when we do these replacements. So, for example, Pada plus Shas. So once we make it Padan like we did in Krishnan, and once when Pada is replaced with Pad, so Pad plus As, the As of Shas, so we get Padaha. That's simple, Padaha. Similarly, when Ta is there, so Pad plus Ta, the A, so Pada. Similarly, Padbhyam, Padbhi, Pade, Padbhyam, Padbhyah, Padaha, Padbhyam, Padbhyah, Padaha, Padoh, Padam, Padi in 7.1, Padoh, Patsu, Patsu. So when 7.3 is there, so the Rama will change into the Rama by Yadava Matre Harikamal. So these optional forms are there. With when Pada is replaced with Pad. Okay. Similarly for the word Danta also, same way. And for the rest of the two words, the declensions will be shown ahead because there are few rules required to complete those declensions based on some future further rules. Okay. So that was the Aramanta section, Aramanta Shabda. Now coming to the Aramanta Shabda, a word in masculine gender, Purushottam Linga, ending with the Trivikrama A. So the word is Vishwapa, which means Vishwampati Yahasaha, one who protects mm, the Vishwa, the universe. It's also protector of all. It's also name of sun, moon, moon, fire. So Vishwapa plus Su, we just combine them in Sararamayur 93, Vishwapa, then Odvay Au Vishwapau, Vishwapa, Vishwapam, Vishwapau. So then when 2.3 Shas follows, so the sutra says Aramaharo Yadu Sarveshware Natvapaha. So here we have this Vishwa Pa plus Shas. So now Shas is a Yadu beginning with the Sarveshwara. We do not count this indicated letter. So it begins with the Sarveshwara. So the sutra says Arama Haro Yadu Sarveshware Natvapaha. Arama is deleted when a Yadu beginning with the Sarveshwara follows. So when, yeah, the Arama gets deleted when, so here we have this Arama and we have this Yadu beginning with the Sarveshwara following. So we delete this A. So we get, so we get this Vishwa, this, so we combine it and then Sa becomes Vishnu Sarga. So Vishwapaha. But it says that the A of Aap is not deleted. So that Aap is a particular pratyaya, will be introduced later. Actually, that's a pratyaya from Tadhita. So all the Lakshmilinga words ending with A, like Radha, Lalita, Vishakha, they all basically end with it Aap. So that A is not deleted when any Yadu follows. So we get this Vishwapaha. Similarly, 3, 1, Vishwa Pa plus Ta, and again this Ta also begins with the Sarveshwara and it's a Yadu. We do not count this indicator letter. So we delete the A by the sutra and we get Vishwapa. 3 point. And so on. Vishwapa, Bhyam, Pabhi. Like this. So you can decline the whole table.
Yes, bro. Just write this that declination, Prabhuji. So in the future we can understand in the notes.
Yeah, it's written. I mean, I've written 2 here.
Okay.
Yeah, so the rest are here, and it's like only one sutra we applied everywhere. Yeah, so it's just the same sutra applied whenever we have Yadu, beginning with the Sarveshwara following. So, and if we have any pratyay which begins with, which doesn't begin with Sarveshwara, then nothing happens there. We just combine them, like Vishwapa and Bhyam. We just combine them, Vishwapa, Bhyam, Pabhyaha, and so on. Similarly, there are other words like Sompa and so on, which are similarly declined. So you can try declining this Somapa in the same manner as Vishwapa. Then moving ahead, E. The next word is a word ending with Vamana E. So that's the Hari Shabda Jiva Goswami has taken. Yeah, Hari Shabda.
Prabhuji, I
Yes.
have one question. So we've just been looking at this masculine gender with Trivikrama R. So it seems like it's not even so easy to understand whether a word is masculine or feminine, even based on the final letter. Is it just that you have to know, okay, this is masculine, this is feminine?
Like on a surface level, yes, but if someone has studied grammar, so basically like Vishwapa and all such words. So if one has studied grammar and one knows the etymology, how they are formed, the vyutpatti, so then one knows, okay, this is formed in such a way, so it's masculine, this is feminine. Uh, yeah, so we need to know the gender. So by dictionaries, Generally, in general, they teach it like, okay, if a word ends with, the Trivikrama Sarveshwaras, so that has to be considered in Lakshmi right? And if words are ending with Vamanas, so it's in the Purushottam Linga, the Pullinga. That's how they teach it generally. But
Yeah, that's my understanding.
yeah, but when we enter into grammar, so there are all kinds of words in masculine, in feminine, and in neuter also. So we need to check dictionaries. Let's say, like the one I use here. So um, if you check here for Vishwapa, so Vishwapa could be in either of three genders when it means all protecting. But when it refers to sun, moon, fire, then it's only in masculine. Vishwapa, Pulling, Kalpadruma says. So we need to check dictionaries for this. Vishwampati. See, I mean, let's say we are talking of some goddess. Let's say Lakshmi ji or let's say Durga ji. Okay. And we say Vishwapa, we refer to Vishwapa to her, referring to her. So Vishwampati Ya Sa, one who protects the universe in a way. So Vishwapa, in that sense, will go for Durga, Mata Durga, and in that case will be considered in Lakshmi Linga. But if we refer Vishwapa for, let's say, Lord Vishnu or Brahmaji or Sun Moon, so Vishwampati Yaha Saha. I mean, so we need to check the context. Actually, matters a lot for such words because Vishwapa doesn't really refer to whom. It's like a Bahuvrihi Samasa in general sense, like Pitambara. When we say Pitambara, okay, when we say Pitambara, Krishna devotees know, okay, Pitambara means Krishna. But let's say, let's bring some, some person who doesn't know anything about Krishna, who doesn't know about Hindu gods, and give him this word Pitambara. Will he be able to tell you, okay, Pitambara means Krishna? No, because that's the conventional meaning we know from this word Pitambara. He will simply translate it as uh, one who wears the yellow clothes or just something with yellow clothes, right? Pita and Ambara. So that's the Bahuvrihi Samasa. So Pitambara doesn't really speak of Krishna. That's the commentaries that explain us. Okay, Pitambara is a name of Krishna. That's the scriptures where we get the reference from. Similarly, Vishwapa is a Bahuvrihi Samasa. Bahuvrihi Samasa means Anya Pada Pradhan. Here we are not talking of Vishwa, we are not talking of Pa. Pa means to protect. We are talking of someone who protects the Vishwa. So that's called the Anya Pada Pradhan. So in a compound, in a Samasa in Sanskrit, there is the Purva Pada and there is the Uttara Pada. Because compound means we have more than one word together, and when we compound those two words, let's say. So the first word is called Purva Pada, and the second word is called the Uttara Pada. So, like 6 kinds of samasas are there, compounds in Sanskrit. I'm just going in detail because it will help just the general knowledge. So, in some samasas, the Purva Pada is Pradhan. The meaning of the first word is like, is on priority. And in some words, in some samasas, Uttara Pada Pradhan. The second word is prior. But in some samasas, like Bahuvrihi samasas, Anya Pada Pradhana, which means we are not focusing on either the first word or the second word of the samasa. We are referring to some third word or someone else by these two words or by the samasa. Similarly, this Vishwapa is also Bahuvrihi samasa, so we are not focusing on Vishwa, we are not focusing on either Pa, which means to protect. So context helps in such samasas, such words. Yeah.
So, Prabhu, just understanding what you've said, it seems like still the general rule stands that Trivikrama is Lakshmi links. Still, we have exceptions like this, samas and so many things. But like you're saying, the context will help from, like, we can understand by sa instead of sa, and by the other visheshan and so on and so forth, and of course dictionaries. Have I understood correctly?
Right, right. Even a single
Okay.
word, the same word, can be in different genders in different meanings. That's also an interesting thing in Sanskrit. Same word can be used or can be seen in different genders when the same word carries different meanings. That's also an interesting thing in Sanskrit. So, altogether, we look into dictionaries whenever we have a word in a particular meaning, and then we get to know. Uh, yeah. Right. For example, I just thought of this word, gir. So, gir means like, generally, gir means gi or sentence, statement. So, now, generally, when we use it in the sense of praise, verse, song, invocation, so it's in feminine gender, Lakshmi Linga. It could be in all three genders. In the sense of speech, speaking, language, it's in feminine. Then there is also one dhatu, Greek, which means to swallow. That's a different thing. Then when gir is used in the mountain, when it means mountain, then it's in masculine gender. So words with different meanings in different genders. So we take shelter of the holy dictionaries available to us.
Context is everything.
Context is everything in Sanskrit. It's very broad actually. We can't really say, okay, this word is in this gender. No, if it has a different meaning, then it may have a different gender also. Okay. So the next word is Hari Shabda, which is E Ramanta Shabda. So E U Ramanto Hari Sangya. But actually, it's nothing to worry about because it's a very gradual process of learning Sanskrit, which also includes learning the vocabulary and then the genders also. E Uramanto Hari Sangyaha. Any nama ending in either Vamana E or Vamana U is called a Hari Shabda. So if we have any word, any noun, either ending in Vamana E or Vamana U, regardless of the genders, so that Shabda will be called Hari Shabda. So it's both for Vamana E Ramanta Shabda and Vamana U Ramanta Shabdas. So the word taken here is Hari for Vamana E. So Hari plus Su, we combine them and Sara Ramayur, Sutra 93. So we get Harihi, like Harihi Sarvatra Giyate, Harihi. Harihi Sarvatra Giyate, Hari. Then Hari plus Au, 1.2. Harita Au, Purva Savarna. After a Hari Shabda, Au becomes the same as the preceding Varna. So after a Hari Shabda, Au becomes the same as the preceding Varna. So this is Au and the preceding Varna is E. So the sutra says that Au will become E Rama, same as the preceding Varna. So in this case, that's E Rama. So Au becomes E, and then the Shavatar Ekatmake Militva Trivikrama, we will get Hari, the Trivikrama, E Rama, Hari. So this is a word ending with Trivikrama E in Dvivachana. Now, if you remember, we had one Sandhi Sutra in the Sarveshwara Sandhi section. Idu Detam Dvivachanasya Manivadi Varjam, right? So there was a Sandhi Sutra which told that if we have words ending with Trivikrama E, Trivikrama U, or A in dual case, then Sandhi won't happen. So this is an example of a word ending with Trivikrama E in dual case. So this is how it is formed. Hari. And then the next one, Hari plus Jas. So before that, there is also one few Sangya Sutras. This is very important. Idvayasya A, Udvayasya O, Hridvayasya Ar, Hridvayasya Al, Govinda Sangya. So, Idvaya, the replacement of Idvaya with A Rama, Udvaya with O. You can actually note it down. This is important. So Idvaya becomes A, Udvaya becomes O, Ritvaya becomes and Ridvaya becomes Al. So this replacement, this is called Govinda. Govinda. In Panini, they call it Guna. Guna. No, they also have the Guna Sandhis. So they call it Guna. Here, Jiva Goswami calls it Govinda. So when we say Govinda to be done, so that means these particular changes. Idvaya into A, Udvaya into O, Ridvaya into and Ridvaya into Al. Like this. We'll just do it. We'll just do it. Just coming. So that's one Sangya Sutra, Govinda Sangya. Then Nito Vrishni Sangya. We studied the Yadus. Shas onwards, they are Yadus. Then this one is saying Nito Vrishni Sangya. Swadis, which means Suaujas, the Pratyayas, that have the indicatory letter Nga. So out of all the 21 Pratyayas, those Pratyayas which have the indicatory letter Nga, they are called Vrishnis. So there are four of them. 4.1, 5.1, 6.1 and 7.1. Ne, Ngasi, Ngas and Ni. So those four are called Vrishnis. So we did Govinda, we did Vrishnis. Then coming to the sutra here, Harer Govindo Jasi Vrishnishu Buddhe Cha. A Hari Shabda takes Govinda when either Jas or a Vrishni or Buddha follows. So this sutra explains, if we have Hari Shabda, which means if we have a word ending with either Vamana E or Vamana U, and if we have either Jas, Vrishni or Buddha following, so Govinda will take place. Now in this 1.3, Hari ends with Vamana E, right? And we have Jas following. So we'll do Govinda here. So Govinda, by Govinda, E will become A. E will become A. You got the point? How it happened? Idvaya sa A, right? The sutra said, the Govinda Sutra, Idvaya becomes A. So here we turn E into A, and then we apply AI by the Sandhi rules. AI, we combine it, and then Sara Rama Vishnu Sarga Vishnu Nante, Sa becomes a Vishnu Sarga, so we get Haraya. Haraya. So Hari, Hari, Haraya. Haraya. Munaya, Haraya, and so on. Kavaya. Suraya. Even, Muhyanti Yud Suraya in the very first verse of Bhagavatam. So the word is Suri actually. So Suri plus Jas. So the same process. The E of Suri takes Govinda because Jas is following. Then AI. And then Sa becomes Vishnu Sarga. So we get Suraya. So the Suris basically they get bewildered. Muhyanti at Suraya. Just an example from Bhagavatam for the same. Suraya. So if we have done the declension, if we have studied in this particular way, as we are doing the declension and all, so by seeing any form, we can come to know, okay, what is the original root word for any word, right? Because we know the declension, we know how forms are made. So it becomes easy in that way to identify and to work out. So Suraya. Then Hari So Dashavatara, Amshasor, Aramahara, Sutra 93, I believe. After Dashavatara, the of is deleted. So Hari ends with E, which is a Dashavatara. So after that, the of is deleted. And we get Harim. Harim Vina, what is it? Harim Vinana Sritim Taranti. Just like, so 2.2 is same as 1.2. We get Hari. 2.3 is Hari plus Shas. So again, after the Shavatara, the of Shas is deleted. And then the Shavatara se Trivikrama Shasi Tasmat Sona Pungsi. So when Shas is following, the Shavatara becomes Trivikrama, the E becomes Trivikrama E, and the Sa becomes Na. Because we are still continuing in the Purushottam Linga, Punsi. So we get Hareen, Hareen, Hareen. Okay. You will have the whole week to digest it in case you feel it a new subject for you. So yeah, so that's Hareen. Then the next one is Hari Ta. Sutra says 120th Haritashtana Natu Lakshmya. After Hari Shabda, this Ta is replaced by Na, but not in Lakshmi Linga. So not in Lakshmi Linga, other places Ta will get replaced with Na. So Ta is replaced with Na, we get Harina, and then we apply 111th Sutra, the Natva Vidhi, so we get Harina. Because we have Ra and we have Na, and in middle we have the intervention Sarveshvara, which is allowed. So this Na turns into Na. So we get Harina, Na. Then Haribhyam, Haribhihi, 4.1 Hari plus Ne. Ne is a Vrishni, so we do Govinda by 119. Then AI, we get Haraye, like we sing in Hari Haraye Namaha Krishna Yadavaya Namaha, Hari Haraye. Haribhyam, Haribhya, Haribhyam, Haribhya. So that's till 4.3, 4.3. Then Hari Nasi, Hari plus Nasi, that's 5.1. So we do Govinda first because Nasi is a Vrishni. So 119 says that even when Vrishnis follow, we do Govinda. So Hare plus the As of Nasi. Okay. Now at this point we have this sutra which says Eobhyam Nasi Nasor Ram Haraha. After A Rama or O Rama, the A Rama of Nasi and Nas is deleted. So we have this A Rama, right? And then we have the A of Nasi. So this A is deleted. So we get Hare and Sa. We combine them. And Sara Ramir Vishnu Sarga Vishnu Vedante. We get Hare. Hare. Then Haribhyam Haribhyaha. 6.1 will be same like 5.1. Same form. Applying the same sutra. Same set of sutras. So we get Hare. Like Harer Nama. Right? Harer Nama. So that's Hare Nama. And so that Hare comes or is formed in this way, which means of Hari, the name of Hari, 6.1. So, and then we apply that Sandhi rule, Ra Ishwarat. So the Vishnu Sarga becomes Ra Rama and we get Hare Rama. So now are you getting the point? Like first of all, we learned how to decode the Sandhi, of Hare Nama, let's say. So we knew how that Ra Rama was formed from the Vishnu Sarga. And now here we learned how that form itself is made from the very root word which is Hari. So this is how grammar works. We started decoding with sandhis and then coming to the word how the word itself is made, the Hare Shabda in Harer Naam. So yeah, that's why we are here, so that we can decode the language and we can understand in depth. So that's 6.1. 6.2 would be Hari pose. So I think there's no new sutra here. Yeah, no new sutra. So we apply the Sandhi rule. Idvayameva yaha sarveshware. E Rama becomes iya when a sarveshwara is following. So we get Harios. And Sar Rama Vishnu Sarga Vishnu Dante. So Sar becomes Vishnu Sarga Hariyo. Then 6.3 Hari So Vamana. So we get Vamana Gopi Radhabhyo Nud Ami. One sutra which we did for Krishna Shabda. When after a Vamana, when Am is following, so we insert Nut. So Hari ends with the Vamana and Am is following. So we insert Nut here. So this joins Am because it has Tarama as the indicatory letter. And then Vamanasya Trivikramo Nami. The Vamana becomes Trivikrama when Nam follows. So this E becomes Trivikrama. So we get Hari Nam. Hari Nam. And then we apply 111th Rasha with that one. And by that one, the Na becomes Na. So we get Hari Nam. Hari Nam. Okay, we're on the verge of completion. This one. So Hari. The next one is Ni. 7.1. So we have a sutra here. Harito ne rauch. After a Hari Shabda, Ni is replaced by ouch. This ouch. So Ni is replaced with this ouch. Then okay, one more Sangya Sutra. Antya Sarveshwar Adi Varnaha Sansara Sangya. So this is Sansar Sangya. Sansar. What is a Sansar? Not the philosophical meaning, but the grammatical one. The last Varnas beginning with the final Sarveshwara are called Sansara. So basically, Sansara means, like in any word, the last Sarveshwara is considered the Sansara. And if there is any consonant following that Sarveshwara, so that's also included. For example, let's say Jagat. So in Jagat, what is Sansara? This the final and this Vishnu Janata. So these two letters are Sansara here. If I say Rama, so what's Sansara in Rama will be the last Sarveshwara, that's only a Rama. So the last Sarveshwara, including whatever letter is following that, is Sansara. So that's the Sansara. Like in Hari, what's the Sansara? It's only the E Rama. E, that's the Sansara. Then Sansara se Harashchiti. The Sansara is deleted when a pratyay which has the indicative letter cha follows. So this sutra says 124 that if we have a pratyay like ouch, which has cha rama as the indicatory letter, so in this case we do have, so then the sansara of prakriti will be deleted. So when we have any pratyay with cha rama as indicatory letter following, so we delete the sansara of the prakriti. So we delete the e and then we combine it. So we get harau. Harau. Like harava bhaktasya, I was reading harava bhaktasya kuto mahad guna. So that harava bhaktasya is actually harau abhaktasya. No, harau abhaktasya. Of a person who is not devoted, like in Hari. I mean, harau does literally means in Hari, so that's the translation goes to Hari or in that way. So harau. Or the second example would be Yatha Deve Tatha Guru. What's that verse? How does it begin?
Yasya deve para bhakti.
Right. Yasya Deve Para Bhaktir Yatha Deve Tatha Guru. Yatha. So okay, that's an example of Uramant Shabda. Let's leave it. So Harau is an example for Hari. Harava Bhaktasya. So this is from Bhagavatam. And then Au becomes Av. And we get Harava Bhaktasya. So we get Harau. 7.2 is same like 6.2. So we get Hariyo. 7.3. Hari plus Sub. We combine them. Hari Su. And then Sa becomes Sha by Ishvara Harimitra 108. Because we have Ishvara preceding it. So Harishu. Then 8.1 is Hari plus Su. So the 8.1 Su is called Buddha, right? Buddha. Sambodhana for Buddha Sangha. And then we studied today Harir Govindo Jasi Vrishnisho Buddhecha. That Hari will take Govinda even if a Buddha follows, then also it will take Govinda. So Hare plus Su. And then we had studied a sutra. A O Vamanebhyo Buddhasya Darshanam. After A Rama also, Buddha gets deleted. So we get Hare. So this is not the same Hare as we chant in the Mahamantra. That's made from another word that is Hara, which stands for Radharani. So this is the Sambodhana for Lord Hari. So we can say Hey Hare to Lord Hari also. Hare. And 8.2 and 3 they are same like 1.2 and 3. So Hari, Hey Hari, and Hey Hare. So yeah, that's done. So the table is mentioned here. Hari Hari Harayaha Harim Hari 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 Ram Hari 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 Vyam Hari 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 Vyam Hari 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 Nam Haro Hari Harishu Hari Hari Hari. So there are similar words like Hari, for example, Muni, Kavi, Chavi, Suri, and many more like that. So they are declined in the same way. Munihi, Muni, Munayaha, Munim, Muni, Munin, Kavihi, Kavi, Kavi, Kavayaha, Kavim, and so on. So yeah, you can practice it, the declensions and all. So you have a week until the next class. So I really request that please be up to date in the sense with the declensions. If you're not memorizing the sutras, that's okay. But please try to retain the concepts of the sutras. Actually, without memorizing the sutras, it becomes quite difficult to retain, the concepts of so many sutras we're studying. But the concepts should be there in the mind, in the brain. Otherwise, will become difficult to proceed ahead. Because the sutra which we are doing here, the concept which we are studying here, it may be required, let's say, in the 4th chapter, in the 5th chapter, in the 7th chapter. Grammar is such. Jiva Goswami says, Ganga Sroto Vadevasya. Just like the waters of Ganga, it originates from Himalayas, right? And then the same water, it flows through various regions and ultimately into the ocean. Similarly, just like the same water of Ganga, it's carried forward from one place to another and to another and finally in the ocean. Similarly, the concepts of the sutras from the very first chapter, from the second chapter, they will be carried forward to the other chapters. So they will be used, they will be asked for, they will be expected in the further chapters also. So somehow or other, try to retain the sutras, the concepts of the sutras. Please do the declensions and do memorize the tables as we are done with each word. And then when you're reading the scriptures, you can start doing your exercises now. Okay, figuring out the words. Okay, this one looks like 1.3. This one looks like 5.1. Oh, this one looks like 7.1. Some mental exercise. You can start now only in your own scriptural readings. The implementation. So I'll stop here. So if there is anything we can discuss, otherwise we'll resume the next week. And 99%, the next Friday onwards, we'll begin the 10th canto study. Yeah, so it's 99%. So next Friday onwards, the 10th canto study. Okay, so we'll resume the next week. Please, yeah, keep up with the flow. That's all. Hare Krishna.